Alright, bear with me on this one. Will Save World for Gold is an 8-bit, 4th edition Dungeons & Dragons webcomic created in Windows Paint. And over its 10-year runtime from September 2011 to October 2021, its plot, characters, and especially humor entertained me more than most million-dollar productions, or billion-dollar productions, desperately try to accomplish. Sorry, Cameron, I just couldn't enjoy the way of the water. I know, it's me, not you. I'm pretty sure you're crying into your millions of dollars right now. Groundbreaking CGI though. What about Marvel movies? What about Marvel movies? Hi, I'm Henchman and welcome to My Thoughts on Media, working title. Will Save World for Gold centers around a dysfunctional adventuring party consisting of the psychopathic Eladrin warlord Arden, who is joined by Odivalus, a down-on-his-luck human sorcerer, Elle, a kind-hearted human paladin, Peanut, a brain-damaged kobold with a knack for disarming traps and opening locks, and 7F45, a snarky warforged who joins the party out of a desire to witness Arden's messy death firsthand. The comic follows a distinct storyline while at the same time mocking various role-playing tropes on the way. It even goes so far as to mock itself. The warning right above each webpage reading, "Warning, the following comic contains violence, foul language, nudity and 4th edition Dungeons & Dragons jokes. Some readers may find this offensive." To be honest, I would love to gush over this comic, but I'm not really one for reviews and stuff. I like to elaborate on themes. So let's talk alignment. In the Dungeons & Dragons, or short D&D fantasy role-playing game, alignment is a categorization of the ethical and moral perspectives of player characters, non-player characters, and creatures. Most versions of the game feature a system in which players make two choices for their characters. One is the character's view on law versus chaos, the other on good versus evil. The two axes allow for 9 alignments in combination. Later editions of Dungeons & Dragons have shifted away from tying alignment to specific game mechanics. Instead, alignment is used as a role-playing guide and does not need to be rigidly adhered to by the players. According to Ian Livingston, co-founder of Games Workshop, alignment is often criticized as being arbitrary and unreal, but it works if played well, and provides a useful structure and framework on which not only characters, but also governments and worlds can be molded. Honestly, I couldn't agree more. It's laughable how easy it is to take a piece of fiction, or even non-fiction, and apply the alignment chart to the appearing characters. Try it out for yourself, it can be a fun exercise. But while many people can form a basic idea of good and evil, they oftentimes struggle to understand what lawful and chaotic is even supposed to mean. After reading this comic, I gained a profound understanding of these concepts, and I hope I am able to convey this understanding to you so that we can share it. Lonestar North, the author, masterfully crafted a central conflict between two of the party members, Arden and 45. Who is Arden of the House of Owlbears? Well, on the outside he is the prime example of a highly intelligent, narcissistic, ultra-violent, psychopathic know-it-all prick whose goals go no further than money and fame with a borderline racist sense of self-importance, self-righteousness and self-entitlement. Oh yeah, the holy trinity in one person. On the inside, he is a highly intelligent, narcissistic, psychopathic, ultra-violent know-it-all prick whose goals go no further than money and fame with a borderline racist sense of self-importance, self-righteousness and self-entitlement. But once in a blue moon, he shows a little more compassion than the average denizen of the Feywild. In this iteration of the Forgotten Realms, the flimsy idea of the Feywild being a place of pure magic where nature reigns supreme is nothing but a front, a scam created to fool any mortal residing in the prime material realm. In truth, their technology is even more advanced than our own, and adventuring parties are kind of a reality TV show filmed for their entertainment. Arden's character is nurtured by this world, which by no means is an excuse for his actions, but it explains where he's coming from. The Eladrin society use any means necessary to completely level any form of developing advanced technology in the prime material realm. Not only to keep a sense of superiority, but also to keep their TV shows alive. A truly chaotic society, any one of them always looking out for number one. Me, myself and I. Each individual keen on ignoring any rule, even those they themselves implement, just to further their own agenda. Arden was forced to flee the society after going on a killing spree where he instructed his owlbears to wreak havoc over the Feywild. What is 45? Unit 7F-45 is part of a hive mind of constructs directed by an artificial intelligence. An adventuring unit, instructed to maintain a facsimile of integration while secretly amassing a fortune, that fortune needed to build an army of Warforged which will conquer the prime material realm with the goal of eradicating all of the organics. Each unit seemingly possesses a kind of unique malfunction, in an effort to mimic mutational evolution, giving them a competitive edge over each other. The unit which gathers the most resources necessary to finally start production of the army will be used as a template for their soldiers. And in addition to that, it will be upgraded and put into the role of commanding officer over the army. Every unit obeys their programming. Law is absolute. Emotions, morals, compassion, ego, not included. And even if you think there is an inkling of the aforementioned qualities inside them, 45 will guarantee that you fell victim to the facsimile. He only continually helps the party despite all his, well, spite, because their continued action finally gave him the gold needed to be number one. So, these two assholes clash in the finale of the third act of our story, because both embody a conflict that doesn't have anything to do with the simple logic of good versus evil. Both of them are evil. Both driven by egotistical beliefs and goals. Both eternally spiteful towards each other. Both wanting to prove that they are the better of the other. Their conflict, inevitable. In fact, it was fought before the idea of good versus evil ever existed. To put it in the words of Oswald, radiant servant cleric of the Sons of Salamity. Throughout these tomes and scrolls there is mention of many different struggles throughout the ages. Some might find despair in this seemingly endless battle. Yet I find myself bolstered to know that we are not alone and that others take up our cause should we fail. None of this is particularly revelatory, however. The insight I mention is that despite appearance, this conflict is not eternal. I know this because the very oldest texts I have been able to find make mention of a different battle. Not a battle between good and evil, right and wrong, holy and unholy. In the beginning, in the first great adventures, the struggle was instead fought between the forces of law and chaos. I had to stop and think about that one for a while. I love the implications made here. Before the need to differentiate morals, there were forces already fighting for supremacy in the universe. Chaos and law. Overthinking it, you can step as far back as creation itself. From chaos, like the Big Bang, derives energy necessary to form structure bound by law. An eternal tug of war by the nature of their design. No matter how hard they try, there is no win for either side, no ground to be made. In the face of that, good versus evil is laughably easy to understand. Good versus evil is a matter of perspective, formed by conscious beings, which can be flipped on its head on a whim. But law and chaos, these are constants which can be studied, but not so easily changed. They are nature, taking time to evolve. There is a difference. Suffice to say, Arden and 45 go through some changes, but they never really change in nature. for they are forces beyond good and evil. Way too many people never take time to consider that, or worse, get it twisted. So maybe don't fret so much over decisions of good and evil as you ponder your next character. Let those form by themselves after you put some thought into the nature of chaos and law. Again, I highly recommend this comic. It's available for free and easily consumable, like another one of my videos. Peace!